What's up, the boxing world? This is Derek Poppy Rolon at Strictly Boxing. I hope everybody had a good holiday, a good Christmas, Kwanzaa, whatever you celebrate. Maybe spend time with family and you got together and you was able to share some things, share some love. That's what it's all about. That's a great thing. So, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holiday, whatever you guys want to call it, whatever you celebrate. This is a very good time of the year for me. You know, it's been some things I wanted to share with the young fighters, the up and coming fighters, and I'm doing this because I'm hoping that I could help some young fighters, man. A lot of things come along with the celebrity fighters. You start making money and notoriety, and there's a lot of negative things that comes along with that. You get some different types of friends. You got the women coming at you. You got drug games coming at you. You got the party of life. You start being a young man coming from the hood, making a lot of money, notoriety, getting up there, man. A lot of things come with that, man. A lot of things come in the mindsets of our athletes, and our athletes really don't understand a lot of the risks. So I'm gonna share my story today, and I'm gonna hope that some of you young athletes, man, could get uplifted by this. I started young, man, fighting. I turned professional early, man, and was moving real fast, man, through the rankings. Was moving up, man. Was doing a lot of things that a 17-year, 18-year-old guy, normally doing. So I understand some of these young guys now. Money ain't the same, but it's still the same mentality. It's the same notoriety, and it's the same thing, man. So in my situation, man, why I'm sharing this right here is because, like I said, in the limelight of boxing, man, a lot of things comes with that. And in that party life, man, you indulge in some things that you probably wouldn't have done if you hadn't been, the top guy up and coming or the top champion guy, man. So, back in the 80s, man, cocaine was a very, very that was the drug of choice for a lot of people, man. That was a drug of choice for a lot of people, man. And it came with the territory. If you was a popular person and you was in the limelight, you was sniffing cocaine in the 80s. And that's just what it was, man. And so you in the party life, and that's what it was. Me, I was a real disciplined guy, though, when it came to fighting and training. And when I had a fight coming up, man, it didn't matter what the situation was, man. I wasn't indulged in anything, But in between times, man, and in the party life, and in between fights, a lot of things. A lot of things that I never thought I would get into, I started getting into, with the ladies. And like I'm saying, if you was in the limelight in the 80s and 90s, you was indulging in cocaine use as well. So I want to say this video today because last night, Christmas Eve, was 34 years since I've ever indulged in my drug of choice. 34 years. Good thing for me. It was a good thing for me. And I'm going to share this with y'all because it's a lot of young fighters that we hear about a lot of things that they into. There's a lot of fighters, man, a lot of fighters that got into the drug game and was trying to do both things. You can't do that. It's like oil and water, man. You can't be on both sides of the fence. So tonight, man, I want to share my story. 34 years ago. 34 years ago, Christmas Eve, 1989. I'm going to tell my story. All right, this is how it goes. You know, I was a young guy, man, and when I started, getting into the fight game, man, and, we all had idols and women that we wanted to be with, like back then, it was always Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson. Everybody thought they'd get with Janet Jackson, Everybody loved Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson. So I was a crazy young guy, 18, 19 years old, man. I'm feeling like one of these days I'm a bagger, man. I just gotta meet her, man, fighting everyone on TV and pretty soon I'm about to be a world champ and it's about to be there. Yeah, I just gotta find her, Matt. I just gotta meet her, Funny thing, I know you guys are laughing. I was laughing at this too. But when you fight on TV, back then, a lot of ESPN shows, they want you to fill out a little questionnaire. I guess so the announcers could talk about you a little bit, figure out who's your favorite actress, your favorite singer, your favorite this. So they can talk about you a little bit while you're fighting on TV. I don't know if they still do that now, but they did that back then. And so I thought, put Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson, and maybe they'll say something and shit come. I know you guys. You can laugh at it. It's like a joking thing, but it was serious back then. 18, 19-year-old kid coming up with dreams, full of dreams and goals and aspirations that, faith in what he's going to accomplish and what he's going to do and where he's going to be in his life. That's what it was for me. Couldn't deny it to me. Couldn't tell me it wasn't going to happen because in my mind, I'm going to be the world champ. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be able to get whatever I want. And that was my goals, and that was my dreams, and that was everything that I had inside of me. And I didn't believe anything could stop it. But there was a side of my life where when I wasn't training, I was with the party crowd. Party crowd was the women, the girls, the drugs, everything. That's what it was. And that's what life was. Didn't affect me when it came time to fight, so thought it wasn't no problem. And I remember one time, though, this Christmas Eve, 1989, I had this fight, man, and I had this real tough fight, man. It was a real hard fight. And I beat the guy. I hit him with a body shot in the 9th round, and he went down to one knee, which gave me the decision. The fight was close. The whole fight was close. Luckily, I got that knockdown in the 9th round, and I got the decision. But let me tell you about that, man. Christmas Eve, 1989. Me and my partner was sitting in my Jeep. A little bit of eggnog and a whole lot of cocaine. And we was talking about that fight. And he said, man, that was a tough opponent you had. I said, yeah, man, that dude, man, he was rough, man. Like, I said, man, that dude was hard, man, my partner, man. I don't mention no names, but he was like, man, I think thought I was going to have to come in there and help you, man. We laughed about it. We joked about it. We drinking a little eggnog and getting skied. Thought I'd never even tell nobody this story. But hopefully these young athletes, man, could take heed to what I'm about to talk about. Because it's the real shit. At this time, man, I was living in Jersey City, so my son was about 4 years old, so I had to leave and give my brother a hug and Merry Christmas, man. I gotta go over to Jersey. Just gotta go home and put together this little 4-wheel that I bought for my son. Gave him a hug, gave him a kiss. Love you, bro. I'm out. So now I'm driving over the Pulaski Skyway, Christmas Eve, 1989. I got the music up, my head is bopping, and there's a rapper on the radio. He's talking, but in the background I can hear the music beeping because he's giving a little conversation on the radio. And the topic was cocaine. I believe it was KRS-One, y'all. KRS-One talking about cocaine on the radio, 1984, Christmas Eve. And I'm bopping my head. And he said, you know, cocaine is so powerful that it can kill a dream. He said, can you imagine how powerful something gotta be to kill a dream? Then he said, let me tell you, a dream is anything you can just think about. And this little substance will kill your dream. He said if you can have a dream of being an outstanding football player or basketball player, and you start messing with this little substance, you wouldn't even want to look at a basketball or football. Then he took it a step further. He said, a dream is just anything you imagine in your mind. You can have a dream of wanting to be with Janet Jackson, and this little substance, you wouldn't even want to look at Janet Jackson. I was living in the brownstones down in Jersey City on Grand Ave, down there by the water. I pulled in front of my brownstone. And he ended up his lecture by saying, it's the type of opponent that if you beat him, you don't want to fight him again. I just heard that on my radio. It was like from God to the radio to my heart. That was all it took. The last time I ever had my drug of choice was 1989, Christmas Eve. Didn't have no treatment, didn't go to no program. I just made up my mind that I wasn't doing that no more. See, the mind is a powerful, powerful thing, man. And there's nothing more powerful than a made-up mind. Our problem is we don't really make decisions. We just say we want to do things or we're thinking about it. But when you really, really make a decision, nothing can stop a made-up mind. And that's what I did. I made up my mind that was it. I had fights, continue to fight, continue to train, continue to be around the parties, continue with the women, everything was the same. I just made up my mind, that was it. I'm not gonna do that any longer. I'm not gonna do that any longer, and that was it. I'm not doing it no more. I just made a decision, boom, that's it. See, that's how life is, man. Once you make a decision to do something, action follows it. You can't say you want to be the world champion and playing video games all day. Once you make a decision, you start to get up every morning and run and train. You start to eat right. You start to get sleep right. Why? Because you made a decision. You ain't just say it. Saying it is not making a decision. So I had a really good career. I was really, really moving up, doing well. And I had problems with my eyes, man. That detached retina thing kind of messed me up, man. And for years and years, man, I was like, man, damn, like, why me? Why me? How could that happen? How could the creator even do that to me, man? Like, you know, I was right there. I had all the skills, all the talent, all the heart, all the dedication, all the discipline. I had the right connection. I had a great promotional contract. I had a good managerial team. I had it all. Got a detached retina. And I got a detached retina in both eyes. Messed up, hey, what could you do? You got no control over what happens to your eyes. So, once my career ended, though, you know, I was still friends with a lot of people in the fight game. So it was world-class matchmaker, Ron Katz, man. He was real good with my trainer and my manager. So he still would look out for me and do some things if I needed some help with getting guys matches. So my brother Andrique Payne, I had got him a fight at the Hammerstein Ballroom. Got him in a fight at the Hammerstein Ballroom over in New York City. And when we was over at the commissioner office getting getting the licenses, getting paperwork done so that we could fight in New York, I was reading this article that I seen hanging on the wall in the office. And, I really pulled it off the office and sat down and read the article. And the article was relating detached retinas to cocaine use. So I was like, wow, like, damn, is this real? Like, could my eyes been the problem because of my partying life when, could that have messed up? Could that have been the reason that my vision that for the detached retinas? Never told nobody. I kept it to myself. Moved on. Shortly after that, I'm reading articles and I'm seeing things. They said that Sugar Ray Leonard had cocaine issues. Now I was really like, well, damn, he had a detached retina. Is that real? Like, could it be that the cocaine use was a reason that you had detached retinas? And I checked a lot of friends I got, had detached retinas in the game of boxing. And, I hang out with them, but I don't know if they indulge. I don't know their lifestyle into, the use of cocaine or not. I don't know if they use it or they don't use it. I never really questioned friends of mine, but I got a lot of friends that was boxers that had detached retinas. That was just something deep for me, man, that I wanted to really inspire the youth, man, that I could have had everything I wanted, man. And I think about those words, man, of that KRS-One, man. He said, man, that it was so powerful that it could kill your dream. Here I am now, man, 34 years later. 34 years. Didn't touch anything. I feel real good about myself. But in the back of my head, I'm saying, damn, I wonder what it would have been like if I never ever did that. I wonder just how close I would have went. See, a lot of athletes, man, we come out of the hood, we coming from around certain areas, and this is what it is, man. And once you start to grow, people want to be around you. That type of crowd want to come around you. The drug game, the rappers, the music, the partying, the girls, the women, like, it's just what it is. So I'm sharing this information because I'm hoping to inspire some young athletes to refrain from the negative lifestyle of things that can kill your dream. Yeah, as one said, that cocaine was so powerful that it could kill your dream. They got drugs on these streets now that's more powerful than even that. They got things killing people and taking them out. Getting involved with certain lifestyles. We read about our athletes and we hear about it a little late sometimes. We think, it could be a rumor or it could be exaggerated. A lot of fighters indulge in it, man. It's just what it is, man. They come with it, man. the alcohol, I was a big Aaron Pryor fan, man. I heard he had some problems. Alexis Aguero, I looked up to him. I idolized him, man. These guys were great fighters. Alcohol and drug problems. So many of them, man. It's just, I don't even want to mention the names of them, but it's so many athletes, man, that we all look up to, man. And behind the scenes, their problem was the drug and alcohol use. I never shared this with nobody else, man. So this is for the world to see, because I want you to know that this sport, to be a champion, you have to refrain from everything. It's like the oil and water, man. They just don't mix. You gotta live a clean life. You gotta train every day. You gotta be focused. You gotta be right on. You gotta be right. And when the friends come around and the girls come around, you're gonna have to be strong enough to say, excuse me, and refrain yourself and walk away. And you gotta stay around the positivity. That's one of the things I think Floyd Mayweather brought to the game, man. He brought to the game just staying in shape, man. I had heard somewhere recently, man, that my man Adrian Broner, man, like I said, I don't really want to mention no names, but since it's public, I heard he had some issues with drugs. I always talked about his skills and talent, man. It was phenomenal, man. He just had attitudes and out there, you get out there in that game and you start using, this is the behavior that you display. I've seen so many people do it, man. It's just ridiculous, man. My man Mike Tyson, man, to me, the greatest heavyweight in the world. When I exclude Muhammad Ali from that when I say that, because Muhammad Ali, of course, to me is the greatest, but Mike Tyson to me is right up under him. He had problems with it. So, this is Derek Poppy Roline at Strictly Boxing. And I wanted to send this message out to the young athletes, the young up-and-coming professional boxers. It's going to come at you. It's going to come at you. The lifestyle going to come at you. You start to make money. The drug dealers going to start coming at you. The videos and the rappers and all of that is going to start coming at you. You're going to get the wrong types of women trying to holler at you, trying to have babies by you, it's going to become a big, big thing, man. You got to be grounded. You gotta stay grounded, man. I just heard something the other day. Earlier today, I heard something about Gervonta Davis, that he was taking his shahada, man, and I was like, praise be to Allah. That's a good thing that he doing that, man. I know that because that's what it takes, man. It takes some guidance, some spiritual guidance. When you're a young athlete, man, and you're coming up in this world, you gotta have some strict boundaries. You gotta have some discipline, Otherwise, everything you make and everything that you do is not going to be successful, man. This is Derek Poppy Roline at Strictly Boxing. And I wanted to share this message with you because I want you to know that you want to keep your dreams alive. Don't want to indulge in any types of substance that could later on possibly kill your dream. And in my situation, people didn't even know. It was behind the scenes. It was, if you ain't a female, if you ain't in my partnership, if you ain't that, you would never even know. That's why this video is coming out. 34 years ago was the last time I had my drug of choice. I just simply said, I'm not doing that anymore. I made my mind up and I never did it. This is Derek Poppy Roline Strictly boxing. Peace.